All right, so let's take a look at this bag. Just for a little bit of an overview on this, let me go through some of the specs. It has 1680D ballistic material that it's made out of, super tough. Has a hard molded plastic bottom to it. It has a tape measure clip. All the hardware on the bag is metal. The zippers feel really heavy duty. It has some super heavy duty load bearing straps on it. And one of the unique features is inside here it has a special pouch that's made for a jab saw. It's plastic reinforced. I don't even use it for a jab saw. I put a chisel in there. This is a pretty heavy bag. It weighs in at over 7 pounds with nothing in it. That's both a little bit bad in that, it adds weight. It's also good because that gives you a sense of how heavy duty this bag is. As for the dimensions for this bag, it's 12 deep, about 16 inches across and about 16 inches high. Up front we have some MOLLE strapping. If you're not familiar with it, it's something that you can use to attach other pouches or bags to the front of this with. You can attach a lot of other things too if you don't want to particularly use MOLLE straps themselves. This front section here is hard, so it will protect the contents of this front pouch. So let's take a look at the front pouch. And let me come in closer. There's a large front pouch here. You could probably put some meters and so forth in there. If you didn't want to do that, you could probably put extension cords. Some small pockets here made for maybe some longer bits or pencils. There's a bag on the top here. You can put some stuff in there, some smaller items so that they don't roll around. Underneath this, there's a couple pouches that have Velcro closures on them. Pretty decent size. And a couple medium-sized pouches right here as well. All right, let's take a look at the main section. Okay, inside here on the back side, there's a Velcro pouch here, pretty good size. Below that are a lot of pouches. There's 3 sets of pouches, and each one of them have a few different levels here. And as you put tools in, they'll kind of fan out so that you can see them all. Also, there's some straps up above for longer tools so they kind of stay in place. If we go to the other side, there's a see-through pouch up here. It doesn't expand out very much, so it'd have to be pretty thin items. And some more pretty good size pouches in here. And again, some elastic strapping to hold in longer tools. Let me spin it around and show you one more thing. So on the edge here, there is a plastic reinforced sleeve. This is made for a jab saw, but you could probably put anything in there that might have a little bit of a sharp edge that you want to protect the fabric from. In the bottom, you can see this is all where the molded protective lower portion of the bag is. There's a lot of room down here. You could store some bit cases, you can store power tools. There's a lot of room down here. There's probably 4 or 5 inches between the bottom of the tool pouches and the floor of the bag. And this is very hard, durable rubber. All right, let's take a look at the outside of the bag. On this side here, there's a loop that you can store tape on. On each side, there's a water bottle container. You could probably put like a bit holder or something else in there too if you wanted. It doesn't have a closure on it, so you want to be careful. So here's the other side. There's a tape measure clip here. I use that for something else. I'll show you that in a later video. Up top, there's two straps that you can grab it by if you're not carrying it with the back straps. On the back, you have very heavy duty back straps. They're padded very well. I can tell you that they're comfortable. When I have this thing loaded up, it is super heavy, and these straps are very comfortable. Here you can see the straps. I have them kind of tighten as much as they can too, and I use these cord or these strap winders to kind of keep them under control so you don't have a lot of straps hanging down. And when you have those strap winders undone, you can see they start out like this, and you can wind them up, and then you just kind of use this elastic to keep it shut. I'll put a link to those. They're handy. All right, you can see that the bottom has this very heavy duty molded bottom to it. Super tough. This is great if you happen to set your bag down in some water. It's not going to seep up into your bag and destroy the contents or the material. And this is part of the Packout system, so you can see here that it has the Packout brackets on here, the Packout cleats on here. Okay, there's one more thing that I wanted to show you. If you take a look here, I'm not going to get into a lot of details on this, but this is an organizer box that's part of the Packout series. One of the things that really drew me to the Milwaukee case is the fact that, you know, the Packout system is all interlocking, and especially for this backpack, I can lock one of these organizer boxes at the bottom. So in addition to the kind of assortment of tools that I want to carry around, I do like to carry around an assortment of anchors and general purpose screws, and this thin half-size box fits perfectly on the bottom of a backpack. Let me show you. So on the top of this box are the receptors for the cleat, and the bottom are the cleats that I showed you earlier. So you just set it onto the box, and it snaps on. Now you can just take it with you. And then when you want to take it off, it just snaps right off again.